Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. My name is Mr. Maxwell, and welcome to another chat about games.
Yes, indeed.
And once again, I'm not alone. Obviously I'm not alone, because unless I'm chatting to myself.
It'd be one hell of a feat considering the fact that the voices are completely different.
Yeah.
And you're not that talented.
Why, thank you.
I'm your brother. I'm allowed to do that.
Well, thank you.
I'm just as talentless as you in the ability of making other voices. As in, I don't have one.
Yeah, that's very true. Anywho, we're here to talk about games. This is obviously Exile Magpie. He's back.
Hello, indeed.
And we're just going to chat about a couple of things, just like we did last week with the news. There's not much. I mean, there's some pretty good ones. The first thing that I want to talk about is... this is just for me, mainly, the big Batman tease that Warner Brothers Games did. They basically, on their Twitter, they did a big symbol like that. Look at that. Right? And apparently it's got Latin on it, and it says "Control the Night" on it. Which
that's a Court of Owls sort of vibe.
It's a Court of Owls, yeah. Which was the rumour the last time they teased. But that
which is pretty cool, because the Court of Owls is quite interesting in the Batman lore story. It's
a good lore. I like the Court of Owls. I'm looking forward to taking on some Talons, you know, as I go along. But yeah, this is Warner Brothers. I think this is the first game since Shadow of War, and all that whole malarkey.
Yeah, I think so. They may have done something else since then.
I'm sure they've published a game.
But developed.
I think this is the first one that they've developed since, or at least are in development.
The game that's in development since then, possibly.
Because we don't know anything about this game, other than the little teasers that they keep popping up.
Yeah. There's two concerns I have. One, it's Warner Brothers Games. Warner Brothers Games is just another one of those publishers that's in the same league as Activision, EA, Ubisoft and the like, where it's just literally like, we don't want just all your money, we want all of the money in the world, and even then that's not enough.
That is very true.
They don't seem to understand that money is a finite resource. There's only a finite amount of money each person has, and yet they don't seem to understand this. Probably because 99.999% of the people making decisions in those companies are stupidly rich, have no connection to the real world, and don't understand the fact that finances is a thing. But anyway, there's that, and also it has the history of like the last Batman trilogy, game trilogy, the Arkham trilogy.
Yeah.
I mean, Knight kind of soured it a little bit, but Arkham Asylum and Arkham City are still two phenomenally good games.
Oh, really?
And it generated that genre of the free-flowing combat system beat-em-up game. Yeah.
And it did really bring the superhero game back into...
Yeah, it did. And not only that, though, but they have Sony's Spider-Man and now as well to be up against Insomniac.
That's very true.
Because that is a damn good game.
I wouldn't know.
I would. I platinumed it.
It
is a damn good. I mean,
I refuse to touch that game.
Yeah, you don't like Spider-Man.
I refuse to touch that game.
But what I'm saying is like, it is a really good game. It nails everything it needs to nail for a superhero and also a Spider-Man game. So it's not like Arkham Asylum, which just came out of the blue and like everyone was like, "Oh my god, this is amazing!" Someone made a Batman game and finally got Batman, and not in like the trope of this feels like being Batman. The Spider-Man game, you don't feel like Spider-Man because you're not Spider-Man. In the Arkham series, you don't feel like Batman because you're not Batman. But it makes you understand like the rush of why they, the adrenaline rush of like when you go into a fight and just literally decimate them.
I will admit that I do play the Arkham games a little bit obsessively, and I do enjoy trying to be Batman as much as I can.
Yeah.
Like,
but yeah, it gives you an understanding why of the rush that person would get for doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like, for example, when Arkham Knight first came out, there was a bit you did, and you just dropped onto a group, and then the guy, one of them, just went, "Shit, it's the Batman!" And everyone just freaked out, and you just absolutely bowed up. It's like, oh my god, that's just so cool. That's the thing; those games got what it was to that the feel of.
It felt real.
Yeah,
the world and everything around it.
Just like the tone, and actually like the sensation of pulling off something that Batman would do, and getting that like that joy of being like, wow, this is why Bruce does this all the time.
My thing with this is I don't think this is going to be. I think this is going to be set after Origins, not.
It may be something completely different.
Asylum games.
Yeah, I know, but it could be a completely different timeline as well.
It could be. I doubt it though. I doubt it because where Origins is set pretty much at the start of Bruce being Batman. Mm-hmm. So there's like a giant gap that they can go through.
Oh yeah, I know.
There. I don't think it's going to be a separate timeline. I think that'd just be a bit silly for them to do.
The thing is like, if you don't, then it will even more have the Arkham Asylum like hanging over it.
Yeah, but it's going to have Arkham. It's going to be Batman Arkham something.
Is it? They've actually said it's going to be.
Most likely.
Well,
I highly doubt it's going to be Batman something else. It's going to be Arkham.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
they did Arkham Origins.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just the point I'm making is like a lot of the bad guys in. I mean, I know you say it's probably set before Arkham Asylum.
It might not be, but that's what I would do.
Yeah, but the fact is, like, a lot of the villains have been like kind of done in with Arkham Knight.
Arkham Knight. Well, no, the Joker's the spoilers. The Joker's the only one that's dead.
I love the fact that you're doing spoilers for not even the last game, but the game like Arkham City. Because if that's what happens in Arkham City, that's the end of Arkham City.
Yeah.
Which is even older games. Like, for God's sake, guys, if you get pissed off about spoilers this old, Jesus, God.
Yeah, nobody else is. Oh no, Arkham City again. I think Hugo Strange
gets killed.
Is dead, but I'm not gonna throw myself out on that one. I can't really remember.
It's been a while.
I prefer. I'm gonna say something that might upset people. I prefer Asylum to City. I much prefer Asylum to City.
No, I don't. I can understand where people would like. I would understand. Like, the thing is, though, right? We're getting off topic here.
Yeah. We're spending far too long.
Let's just leave it at this, right? I can understand why people would like Asylum more than City and City more than Asylum. They each have like their own like really really strong points, and some people like. I understand why one would like over the other.
Yeah.
On both sides. But anyway, that's enough. There was literally only a picture.
Yeah, there was literally a picture. We talked for about 15 minutes, I think, possibly. Over a picture. Right, so we're going to move on.
Honest to God, if the thing is, if Tangent Talk wasn't already a channel, wasn't already a video series, we'd probably be that.
Yeah, we are terrible. Anyway, we're going to move on to the Australian fire relief.
Yes.
Things that's going on. So this is just a quick one. Well, it's supposed to be a quick one. You never know. Basically, what I've got is an article on Bungie. They've been selling T-shirts to fundraise for the Australian fire relief.
Yeah.
But they're not the only ones that have been doing this
there's
stuff.
been a whole bunch of like streamers, YouTubers, Instagrammers.
Yeah.
Just
loads of people.
I mean, literally, you name a community and has been a part of it, raising money
for Australia, which is lovely to see.
It is. I mean, it took almost the entire continent of Australia to be on fire for this to happen. But it's alright. It's a good thing because
we're helping out.
Yeah, because
it sucks that Australia has to have been on fire for this.
The online communities everywhere gets enough shit thrown at by mainstream media. The fact that this is a good thing is great. It's the show. Yeah, we're not all fucking twats who hide behind our little handles and troll.
Which, by the way, is very few of us. There's not many of us like that.
There's very few people like them. It's always the minority that spoil it for the majority. The majority of us are decent, hard-working people that actually, look at shit and go, "Why are you doing that?"
Yeah. Half of the proceeds made by the T-shirt sales will be donated to Wires, which is Australia's largest wildlife rescue organisation. The other half will be donated to the NSW Rural Fire Service in the state of New South Wales, which obviously, as we know,
it's the worst hit.
Been the worst hit.
They've been the worst hit. Yeah. The fact that you could see those fires from space just is frightening. And by the way, I have, it's like, this is the start of Australian fire season.
I know, that's the scary thing about it.
Yeah, this is the start.
This is the start of it, and it's like,
I'm just worried, like, if that's what's happening in Australia, imagine what happens in America when fire season starts there. Anyway, that's a bleak thing we don't really want to talk about.
It's not going to happen.
No, it's not going to happen. We'll be positive. It's not going to happen.
We're positive it's not going to happen.
Well, it's not on fire.
They're not going to, because they've already... Did it happen last year where that town nearly got absolutely wrecked by the fire?
What do you mean absolutely nearly? It did. It might as well
you know what I mean.
It got overrun by the fire and literally not a single building
that was last year,
It was like there was a bunch of animals that were somehow fortunate enough to survive somehow.
Yeah, that's another thing. Apparently, the Australian authorities are going to have to label koala bears as endangered now.
Well, yeah, a lot of them died. A lot of them, they can't outrun the fires.
Anyway,
I know. Depressing stuff, we need to move on.
Depressing stuff. But that's great. That is great.
Great.
Everybody helping out Australia. Just a little,
us in the online community.
Just a little shout out to you guys,
Yeah.
I know,
good job.
I know nobody's going to watch this video, but we're shouting you out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
appreciate you guys.
We think you're great.
We think you guys are awesome. Anyway, and on to the
main event.
The main event, because there was a lot.
The pièce de résistance.
Oh, there was a lot of stuff jumped on this. Okay, so
the numero uno news topic of the moment.
I think it was at the weekend, just gone.
Mm-hmm.
It might have been a little bit sooner, actually.
Coming from the Isle of Japan.
And we had Nintendo dropped a Pokemon Direct.
Yes, they did.
And there was a lot.
Awful lot.
There was a lot to dump here. First off, we are getting a Shield expansion and a Sword expansion pass.
Yeah.
And that is mainly to do with... so basically, both games are getting the same DLC. But I think you're getting different Pokemon. Sort of deal.
Clearly. That was
that sort of deal.
That was going to be the case.
This is big news because this is actually the first one that is actual DLC for a Pokemon game.
Whenever we've brought up this Pokemon, the first one on like the main Nintendo console, Sword and Shield, we said what they would probably do is release like, I mean, we thought they may release like the Kanto region and all the previous regions as DLC.
Yeah.
Which would be pretty awesome. I mean, granted, it kind of would be a bit of a dick move depending on how much they charge for it. But if the fact that it's like two brand new areas to go explore, and they're going to be the free roaming areas, is pretty darn cool. I'm gonna be looking forward to it. I mean, I haven't gotten far into Sword and Shield.
Neither have I, but there's so much stuff to play. Although I will admit, while I'm at work,
it's not that I haven't played it because we did the scummy thing of having a was it mule? My Switch. I did the mule thing so that we would have one of each starter Pokemon. And my fire and my grass stars aren't listening to me because I haven't got even the first.
My grass and water. Well, they're listening to me now because I just beat the first gym, but that's how far behind I am on this.
Yeah,
but
well, there's so many games to play. Why is there too many? There's too many games to play. God help us. God help us this year.
So the first one is the Isle of Amor.
Isle of Amor.
Right, and that is coming, I think they said June. I think it was June, so it's in the summer.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because it's all, the pictures are all sunny and
I mean, else. You've told me it's like a Chinese type theme.
It looks Chinese, I'm going to be honest, but to be fair,
looking at the, there isn't like any like, I mean, there is a building which kind of looks like a pagoda type thing.
Yeah.
But it looks like, if you look at just the surrounding area, it looks like they are the white. Which, considering Sword and Shield is literally just the UK, basically,
wouldn't
be. I would be in fitting. I mean, to be honest, there may be a bit that looks like a bit like the Isle of Wight already in the game, so I don't know. I haven't got that far.
Yeah. We have... so there's the Isle of Wight. As you can see, it does have the pagodas. There's a couple of pagodas there.
Yeah. But pagodas aren't... Are they Chinese pagodas? They're more Japanese pagodas, aren't they? I'm pretty sure they are.
Yeah. Maybe Japanese then. We'll go Japanese.
Nah.
It's look, honestly, the actual direct, it shows you more of the sort of like the wildland than it does any of the areas.
Well, that's the thing. These new areas are going to be focused on that. That's going to be like the big thing. That's going to be the main thing you do.
We are getting old and new Pokemon in these expansions.
Over 200, I think you said.
That's in both. So you're probably going to get 100 in the Isle of Armor and 100 in the Crown.
Probably like 150 in each, because then there's always going to be some that overlap in for both.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's going to be like 50 unique on one and 50 unique on the other.
Probably.
If they basically add in all the missing original 150, it'll please a lot of people.
Probably. I don't think that's going to happen, though.
Especially if certain Pokemon get put in for certain people.
Yes. Where was I? I've lost my track. Oh, yeah. Right. So, we also have... there's going to be at least... They didn't really talk about Crown Tundra that much. What they talked about was some of the other stuff. But the Isle of Armor is actually going to have another sort of like story.
Cool.
To it.
Awesome.
There's a gym... I think there.
Our new gym. Oh, nice.
The Isle of Armor is where... Oh, what the bollocks is his name? The champion.
Oh, is that going to be his gym?
It's not his gym, but it's where he trained.
Ah,
so
right.
we're gonna... By the looks of things, we're going to go there and we're going to train under...
That's pretty cool.
That gym leader. So
anime montage.
Cool. It actually looks... What it looks like is an old style gym. So you know how like in Sword and Shield it's like the gyms are like these giant stadiums.
Yeah.
This actually just looks like an old
Pokemon
gym.
It's just this one random building which somehow has this massive fucking puzzle to get through.
That's what it looks like. But again, we've only seen it from the outside. We've seen the old guy. For the life of me, I can't remember his name. I watched it this morning. I've slept since then.
Yeah. You work ridiculous hours.
What was the other one in we're also going to get a lot of customizable
stuff. Cool. More customization is
to make our characters look different.
Yes.
Which is nice. Depending on which one you've got, you're going to have because there are going to be other gyms in these ones, so big stadium ones. I think Shield gets a new psychic type gym.
Ooh.
And Sword gets I want to say ice, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think it depends on which one you're lacking in, like the main lot that you've got. Because like Sword and Shield there are certain, like one has an ice gym and one has a psychic gym. I'm pretty sure in the main.
Shield has a ghost gym.
Yeah.
And Shield has a fighting.
Sword
has a fighting gym.
Yeah.
They're the two.
So Sword has a fighting gym, Shield has a ghost gym.
Yeah.
Right.
Whereas now we're going to get a psychic and
an ice one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I think it's ice. I could be wrong.
Basically, each one's going to get a unique type of gym. The gyms are going to be different.
Yeah. The expansion passes are going to be £30. By looks of things, it's $30, but it's most likely going to be £30 over here. Because they're not going to do the exchange rate.
Yeah.
They're not going to do that.
That's a bit...
It's for both of them.
It's for both of them, so £15 each.
Yeah.
Not too bad. It says something that I'm saying £30 for like a couple of extra places. It's not too bad.
Yeah, but the thing is, we don't know how big these areas are.
We don't know how big these areas are, how much new content is going to be in it.
So that's the Isle of Armor. The Crown Tundra, like I said, there's not a lot that they've gone into for the Crown Tundra. They've only announced... actually, the Isle of Armor, the legendary Pokemon, is called Kubfu. He looks awesome. He's like a weird teddy bear thing with a bandana on his head.
It's basically like...
And he's doing like a kung fu stance. So
it's basically like a Pokemon take on Kung Fu Panda.
And he evolved. His evolve is pretty unique. It depends on how you fight with him. Depends on what he evolves into.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's nothing to do with like which game are you.
Which game, or
it is literally like how you
friendship level,
how
and all
you
that sort
prefer
of
to fight with him is how he will evolve.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Because he evolves into 2 Pokemon, their names are they're getting stupid with their names.
Yes.
So Crown Tundra also has a
have a unique Pokemon.
Has a legendary Pokemon, which is we do know there's a story for Crown Tundra, but we don't know. They didn't go into any sort of like details for the story for Crown Tundra, other than that it does focus around the legendary Pokemon. And it's this weird sort of reindeer-looking thing that's in the sky with balls in it around its neck. I'm going to see if I can find a picture of it. It looks a little bit. The pictures aren't loading.
Oh well.
God damn you! God,
it's this reindeer look. It's this reindeer-looking thing,
it looks
puts me in the mind of X.
It looks like its head's bigger than its body, though.
Ah.
It
looks weird.
It's in the sky, and it looks weird, but also kind of cool.
All right.
Kind of like Yoda-ish cool.
Ah.
Yeah. But the big one, and this is the one that this is the thing I really want to talk about. Crown Tundra is going to bring in co-op raids.
That's going to be cool.
Where you fight a legendary Pokemon from the older games. So Zapdos, Articuno.
Now, as a Zapdos boy myself, I have to get my hands on that Zapdos.
The 2 from Sapphire and Ruby.
Yeah.
As well as Pearl.
Emerald as well.
Yeah, you're going to fight Dynamax versions of these things.
Oh my god.
And I think they said you could catch them.
I hope you can. If they're in the game, you have to be able to catch them.
So, I mean, that sounds...
It'd be one hell of a dick move if you go, here's Zapdos and here's his ridiculously amazing Dynamax mode, but you're not allowed to have them. You can not have.
All the starter Pokemon, Pokemon's final evolve. So Scorbunny, Grookey.
They get.
They're getting their own Dynamax versions now, so they don't just grow into a bigger version of what they are. They actually look different.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. Scorbunny looks awesome. He looks like he's basically standing on a giant ball of fire.
It doesn't Sobal's final evolution get a gun?
Yeah, pretty much.
He gets a gun.
It's
like, what the hell? What?
Grookey's gets a giant drum.
Yeah, that goes with his theme so
and his Dynamax version, I don't know what he gets. To be honest with you, I saw the Scorbunny's Dynamax and I was just like, oh my god, that looks so goddamn cool.
Goodness gracious, great balls of fire.
Literally. I was just like, I was amazed. I was like, I want that. I want that.
I mean, I like the ice cream one, the one that turns into a giant cake.
Yes.
I want that Pokemon just so that I can turn it into a giant cake.
I want to do that. I want to be like, you think you can beat me? Take cake! And just like giant cake appears, and just I want Gengar as well. I want to see because Gengar's Dynamax's.
And also your Gengar.
And I'm a Gengar boy. But
Gengar's your boy.
Gengar is my boy. But
Gengar's amazing.
His Dynamax looks mint, so I need to get Gengar.
Well, no. What you need is to get a Ghastly, evolve it into a Haunter, trade it so that it evolves into a Gengar, and then trade it back.
But some of the Pokemon that we are getting, Slowpoke, I think has already been released into the game, so you can catch Slowpoke.
Cool.
And depending on which game you've got, depends on what he evolves into.
Slowking or
Slowpoke. I don't know which one is which.
Slowbro is the one that really makes me question about evolutions, because that's a cloister attaching itself to the tail of a Slowpoke to evolve into a Slowbro, and it's like, are they both sentient? Is there one thing? Is there some parasitic? It makes up a lot of questions. Yeah. There's a lot of questions with that evolution.
Slowking King's better.
Yes.
Although I would like to know where he gets the frilly neck thing.
Same way Gyarados gets like 20 times bigger than a Magikarp.
Yeah, but he doesn't grow clothes.
No, he just changes from a useless Pokemon into a Pokemon that
into a dragon.
It is an actual freaking dragon.
He evolves into a dragon. Yeah, we're getting Chansey. Chansey's coming back. We'll get.
You know what? Here's the thing, right? There are some Pokemon missing from this from it that I just do not understand why they missed out. Like Chansey's a mainstay. Chansey's like a fairy Pokemon that's like, yeah, I've got. Okay, so you've got this really powerful Pokemon. Here's my high level Chansey that has all the health in the world.
I think that's it. Cryolax. Cryorex. I think that's the legendary Pokemon.
Yeah, that sounds like...
Unfortunately, the tablet hasn't
uploaded any of the
pictures, so I can't really do anything there.
Who hits? Well, the people watching will also have to picture in the mind. Or go to the news site to see the picture.
Oh, there you go. Inteleon. This is the Dynamax.
Dynamax, yeah.
In Inteleon. When he goes Dynamax, he gains an extremely long tail thanks to the Dynamax form. The tail's length is said to be over 130 feet in its colossal form. Inteleon will stretch its tail out and hold it straight to form a pillar, and the secret agent Pokemon will then sit on top of it using its incredibly sharp mind. Inteleon will calculate the precise effects. Yeah, Inteleon's basically a sniper. He's Dynamax is basically he's a sniper.
Yeah. I see no problem with this.
Cinderace is the bunny, so he's the one that stands on a giant ball of fire, and Rillaboom is the gorilla with the drum, which is nice. I think. I don't think there's much else to talk about. Really, I think we've really we've brushed over it.
No, because the thing is, it's like. It is a lot, but then when you break it down into its individual components, there's a lot of information, but not a lot of detail.
Yes.
Like, we don't know how big these new areas are going to be. They could be huge, which would be great. They could be... we could have a fucking Venus from Destiny 2. Pull out. Is it Venus or...
Oh, you mean Mercury?
Yeah, we could have a Mercury from from Destiny 2.
It's just a circle.
Insultingly small. It's like... it takes some balls to make a map smaller than the moon from Destiny 1.
Yes.
It takes some balls.
It does. It really does. But yeah, I think that's about it for Pokemon. I'm going to be honest. The announcement of the expansions has made me want to play the game. Get back on and I've been getting back on and off every now and then. I think I kind of made the mistake of being the mule and kind of burnt myself out by playing it for so long to get it into that situation. Yes, I did say you didn't have to do it.
Yes, I know, but I wanted to have all three. That or get them to a point where we could breed them and then hopefully have them hatch an actual one, and that was just never going to happen.
So apparently Isle of Amor is it doesn't actually say what it's probably based on. The Crown Tundra though is something more of like Scotland.
Yeah.
Inspired by the landscapes of Scotland, which you can clearly see from that picture.
It's the Highlands.
Yeah,
it's the Highlands in the middle of a very bad winter.
Yeah.
A very bad winter. They've literally gone to the extreme of I honestly think Amor is going to be Isle of Wight, and it's literally going to be the furthest south of the furthest point south of the UK, and then we're going to go all the way to the furthest point north. That is pretty much what we're going to get.
Yeah.
So stuff to look forward to.
The tutor, so the mentor that I talked about before, He's going to be included. You are going to actually, like I said, you're going to train under him, and you're going to learn the special moves. Your Pokemon are going to learn special moves.
Sweet. Oh, so like Pokemon Go, where Pikachu and Eevee could learn specific like special moves.
Yeah, by the looks of it, something like that.
Which would kind of overpower to the point of broken.
I know. To be fair, on Pokemon Sword and Shield, my Eevee is he's broken.
Well, yeah, he's a perfect started Eevee because you had
his quick attack is just ridiculous.
Yeah, he's a broken. He's a perfect started Eevee. Like my Pikachu is a perfect started Pikachu. I mean, I've got a second one now, so that I can instantly evolve that second one into Raichu.
Yes, I still haven't got a Pikachu. I still don't have a Pikachu.
Can you catch them?
I think so.
So it's basically at the end of Route 4. That's where they spawn.
I'll have to have a look. I'll have to go back.
Yeah.
I'll have to go backwards. Okay. So we'll move on from Pokemon. That was pretty long.
Yeah, it's definitely something to look forward to. I'm looking forward to it.
Definitely. Let us talk about the Xbox and what they've just announced.
Oh yeah, this is something I found. I think a lot of other people are saying it. Microsoft announced that none of their first-party games are going to be next-gen exclusive. What that means basically is like it's not like all their games are going to come out on PlayStation as well and Nintendo. It's still going to be only on Microsoft products. So it's only going to be on the Xbox One, and the Xbox Series X. Honest to God. See, this is why Sony are good, because they just go, let's go to the PS5.
Yeah,
let's go to the PS5. Yeah. And then at least Nintendo come up with like a short name thing, like the Switch, the Wii U, the Wii, SNES, GameCube.
This is the thing with Xbox; they are obsessed with the letter X.
They are.
They're obsessed with that letter.
Almost to a point where there needs to be an 18 in front of it.
Yeah.
It's really, really, really what they're worrying that.
Xbox.
Well, first we've got the Xbox One, the Xbox One X, and now we've got the Xbox Series X.
You've got 3 X's. That's too many X's.
That's too many X's.
That's too many X's.
That's way too many X's.
There's no need.
There needs to be an 18 in front of that to have that many X's.
Yeah. Should be.
People, you should understand
the Series X needs to be on the top shelf.
Yes.
In the stores.
Yes.
You cannot let children.
No. So basically for the next 2 years, anything that gets released on the Xbox, the new console, which is releasing at the end of this year, the Xbox Series X, God's sake, it's gonna get so fucking hard to. Why have you named it that way? But anyway, it's also going to be released on the Xbox One. Now, part of me, on a consumer point, it is good news because it means that people who have Xbox Ones and don't really want to instantly go out and buy
the Series X
on launch don't have to get the game. I mean, granted, it will probably be an inferior version graphically, maybe even running wise. But they don't have. They can still play the game, hopefully.
And as a man who sells things for a living,
yes,
this is stupid. This is straight up stupid.
In the sense of selling hardware. Well, the thing is, in the sense of selling hardware as well. This is not why would you take away like one of the few? It's like this. They basically said like every game that's coming out on Xbox is also going to come out on PC.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, okay, so the people who have PCs won't need to get an Xbox Series X, and now the people who have an Xbox One don't necessarily have a reason. I mean, there are hardcore gamers.
You get the hardcore gamers.
Hardcore gamers, yeah. I mean, I bought a PlayStation Pro on launch.
Yes.
Because I wanted that extra power.
Yes. I bought one when my poor Final Fantasy 15 slowly died.
Yes. It still works, it just doesn't work as well.
It just doesn't. It makes a very loud noise.
It makes a very loud noise now. Speaking of loud noises, Modern Warfare, can you stop making my blooming PlayStation Pro sound like a jet engine, please? Be nice. Fucking Activision.
But yeah, it's just...
It's like I say, from a consumer point of view, this is a good thing, and it may be like generating good, not trust, like basically like good intentions and all that sort of thing, and good feelings from customers towards companies.
Getting loyalty.
Yeah, loyalty and that. It banks loyalty to that brand and that, and then eventually you use that for them to. They'll then go, okay, do you know what? I'm gonna, I have a spare bit of money. I'm gonna now buy that really nice shiny
Series X.
Series X.
I'm not calling it the Xbox.
Yeah, Series X.
It's just the Series X.
The Series X. That's probably what people are going to call it. XBSX.
I honestly, because I've for a while now I've been getting all the consoles.
Yeah.
I have no idea where I'm going to put a Series X.
I don't know where I'm going to put one either. If I get one, and I'll admit I'm a Sony fanboy. I am a Sony fanboy. I will call shit out on Sony when shit needs to be called out. For example, the PS3. A lot of the things, a lot of the decisions that Sony did midway through this generation regarding cross-platform was stupid.
Was stupid, yeah.
But yeah, I'll admit I'm a Sony fanboy, and I'm probably going to get the PS5 when it's launched. But I want Microsoft to do well. I want Microsoft and Nintendo to do well because it keeps Sony honest. Because if Sony ain't honest, if Sony have a massive dominance and feel like they don't need to do anything, we get shit like the PS3.
Yeah.
Which was good, but there was a lot of things on it that it was just like, why?
Why are you doing this, though,
Why you do this?
Why are you doing this?
Why are you doing this?
I don't know. I like to think that I'm as you know, from our other talks, especially our E3 talks.
Yeah.
I always end up eating my words because I'm a positive person.
Yeah, you're the optimist.
I like to give people people the chances.
You're the optimist. I'm the cynical son of a bitch that just goes, nah.
As much as I think this is dumb on a marketing standpoint for Microsoft.
Yeah. The reliance on third parties to basically just release them on the new consoles.
Yes. Is a little bit...
Which...
That is...
May work.
I do think it's a nice thing that they're doing. I think it's more of a nice thing than a good thing that they're doing.
Yeah. Well, like I say, it's good for consumers. Whether or not it's I think it's they'll have put thoughts and money to it. They seem to be like not caring about the success of their console per se anymore.
Yeah.
From like the last few that's like they're not as bothered of like getting like matching Sony unit for unit.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, after the performance of the Xbox One against the PS4, I can understand why they would do that, because I mean, Xbox One just bombed. But yeah, I just don't see because like I said, my job is I sell things to people.
Yeah.
Right. So my mindset is sort of like when I look at this, I'm like, well, why? This is stupid. No one's going to buy a Series X because there's no reason to.
Yeah. The basic
unless that's the point. Because the companies already make a loss on the consoles anyway.
Pretty much. Yes.
Right? And
well, it depends. Depends how they do. They may make a loss initially at the very start.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I think. I think that's what they're going for. They're going to take a hit right at the beginning.
Yeah, basically they don't want as many people to buy as at the start, and hopefully get word of mouth like, yeah, this is actually good.
Once the exclusives start coming,
yeah,
because that might be the reason why they've done it, is because like the games that they do have planned just aren't ready yet, aren't going to be ready for when the launch is
which would be
and they've already announced that it's going to get launched at this time.
But the problem is, right, the Wii U suffered badly because it was poorly marketed and none of the third parties put anything on there.
Yes.
Which basically meant that no one would buy the console. And also the fact that people were thinking it was just basically another Wii.
This is why I'm thinking this is a gamble.
Oh, yeah.
I think they're gambling.
But the problem is, right, is third parties will only make a game for a console if there is enough of a core base player use.
Yeah.
if it isn't there, they're not going to do it. It's why Stadia is going to die a very, very, very quick
My
death.
argument to that is Call of Duty is always going to be on the Xbox. Assassin's Creed will always be on the Xbox. Ubisoft games, Activision games,
EA
games,
right.
they're always going to be on the Xbox.
The first ones, yes. The first Call of Duty will be on the Xbox One, the Series X. The first, like, Watch Dogs is going to be
on both. It's going to be on both.
It's going to be on both for both the PS and I mean also like both PlayStation and Xbox.
Yeah,
they're both going to be on both this current generation and next generation. Yes. It's almost given now.
Unless it
the
gets
point
delayed
is
again.
right. The point is like they have to make sure enough people buy the Xbox Series X by the next year.
That's the thing. I think they will. I think they've got enough of our die-hard fan base.
Yeah. Also depends on the price.
Also depends on the price.
If they price it right, then they don't have anything to worry about.
Yeah. But yeah, I think they're just gonna take the hit at the front.
Yeah.
And then
hope enough people buy it so that
they're gonna do that. And then once their exclusives start coming, because they said there's no exclusives for the first 2 years.
Well, no, right. First 2 years, there's no console specific exclusives. There's still going to be Microsoft exclusives, like Halo. Not Halo Legends, Halo Infinity.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Gears.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. They're still going to get like those Microsoft exclusives from like Ninja Theory and that the studios they all bought. So there is going to be Xbox exclusives. It's just that they're not going to just appear on.
That's
Series
what I mean.
X. That's going to be on the Xbox One.
That's what I'm saying. I think the exclusives that they got planned for the Series X, they're just not going to be ready in time. And instead of, because let's face it, this last year there's been a lot of games that clearly have not been ready for launch, and they've been launched and then they've just been panned. 2018 Fallout 76, prime example.
It's still broken.
It's still broken as hell, and so I think they've had a look. They've seen that and they've been like, well, these games are not ready for release.
It's a gamble. If it is like that, it's a gamble because
it is a gamble.
If no one buys the console,
but at the end of the day, what they're doing, even if that isn't the reason why they're doing it, it's still a gamble anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, it'll be interesting. I don't.
Oh, also, Sony have come out and said that there are PS5 exclusives.
Well, yeah, of course it is.
Already.
It's Sony.
Which we already know one of them, which is that...
Ghost of Tsushima?
No, that's PS4. That's one of the last games.
That's going to be amazing.
Last games of this generation.
Yeah.
For the PlayStation is Ghost of Tsushima. Although it will be coming out on the PS5. We all know this. It's like Cyberpunk 2077. That is coming out on the PS5. I don't care.
It's like got that trailer that they showed at not last E3, the E3 before Ghost of Tsushima. There is no way in hell that is running on a PlayStation 4.
Oh.
The PlayStation 4 would just melt. It would just let you go, what do you want me to do? This?
Why are you asking me to do this? What is the... yeah.
It'll just turn into a puddle. That's all it'll do. It'll just molten electronics. It'll just melt.
That game looks so goddamn good.
It does. It looks amazing.
Looks so cool. I can't wait. This last year for this gen is going to be an absolute knockout for games.
Well, hopefully.
I mean, the release list of the games that we
last week
it's just like, oh my god.
Anyway,
I'm trying to think. Is there any other news?
Probably
because that Xbox one was just. Well, I just quickly added that one on.
Probably is other news. There's bound to be other news.
Oh, the PS5 logo.
Oh yeah,
and it looks exactly the same as the PS4 and the PS3 and the PS2. It looks exactly the same.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's simple. It's literally like, this is the style for PlayStation now.
I don't actually understand why they did a big sort of press conference for it, though.
Just to reveal it.
Just to reveal a logo?
Oh, you see, this is why I'm worried. I am kind of slightly worried for the PS5 because it's like, yeah, Sony are acting like arrogant douchebags.
All over again.
All over again. I'm getting shades of fair play at PS3. It's like, look, just learn from your mistakes.
Like I said, I'm an optimist. I'm thinking that they have learned from their mistakes. They're not going to do that.
Yeah, because they had...
But we're good. We're good. It's going to be fine. It's all going to be fine. The PlayStation 5 is going to come out. It's going to be awesome. Then as well as the Xbox Series X, it's going to be awesome for the people who buy that. Because I'm not buying that on release. That is not happening. I have a PC. I don't need to get that.
Yeah, you don't need to get the Xbox.
I don't need to get it. I've got an Xbox.
You don't need the you don't need the Series X because you've got a PC. I think that's the big problem with Microsoft. It's like they've backed. I'm worried that they've backed themselves into a corner with this, but.
You never know. The exclusives...
There are people who get paid an awful lot more money on a higher paychecks than us that go over these things and plan these things years in advance. Or at least they should do. I mean, Activision kind of don't. They can't have for some of the shit they pull.
No.
But they, especially for the console makers, they have to have like plans of like this is what we think we can do and get, and this is the outcome, and this is what we're planning on doing. So, you know, all fingers, toes, everything crossed. Hope it does well, because, like I say, as a Sony fanboy, I want Microsoft to be in a strong position, because then it means Sony has to be on its A game, and which means I'll get awesome games like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And Ghost of Tsushima. Potentially.
Yeah. And Final Fantasy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and Bloodborne.
7. And Bloodborne! Best game. Best game. God, I love that game.
But yeah, if as long as Sony have to be kept on their A game, I'm happy.
Give us Bloodborne 2.
That's going to be a PS5 exclusive.
That'll be a PS5.
You know it. I know it. Yeah. The internet knows it. Sony knows it. They just won't tell us.
If they announce the PS5 and then they literally go, the first game to be exclusively on the PS5, Bloodborne 2, it's like, take my money. Just take it all. Take my firstborn child.
Yeah,
whatever you want.
Also, it's like, well, we don't need a war. We don't need to know who wins the next generation.
Absolutely love
it's
that.
It's called From Software.
From Software wins. To be fair, From Software this generation have just like knocked everything out of the park. I can't.
The Soul series.
The Soul series. The Dark Souls 3 is, in my opinion, the best one of the lot. It took me a while to actually get to that point of saying that, because I was adamant that Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2 were better than 3, right?
Yeah.
For a long time, but the more I played Dark Souls 3, the more I got into it.
Yeah, but the thing with every single Souls game is, and we're going off a tangent here, so we're going to have to end it soon, but we'll leave it on this point. The thing with every Souls game is that no matter how well you've done in previous iterations, the first time you start off again in a Dark Souls or a Bloodborne game, it literally goes, look, here are the rules. Here's the rules. Here's your tools. Go out there and learn. And that's how. And that every start of every Souls game is like that whole thing of learning what you can get away with, what you can't get away with, how cautious and how aggressive you can get. And each game is different, and so you can't just take everything you've learned from previous games and put it into it.
That's not what I meant. What I mean is like actually playing the game.
Yeah.
Like not. It's just everything feels better.
Well, yeah, because they've had four. This is the fourth. This is like the fourth iteration if you don't count Bloodborne, because there's a lot of mechanics in Bloodborne that is so unique with Bloodborne that you can kind of separate it slightly.
Yeah.
But like in the Souls series, this is the fourth iteration. If they haven't got everything down on point by now,
I know. What I mean is like the environments.
Yeah.
Fit more, and this is probably because of the hardware.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's Dark Souls 3 is the only Souls game now is primarily for this gen.
Yeah.
But it does feel like everything that they've learned from doing the other games, they've just put together and just made this absolutely wonderful masterpiece.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah, it definitely Dark Souls 3 is definitely the end of a thing. It's like this is the pinnacle of this series. Yeah. There was no getting beyond. They're not. I don't think they're even going to try.
The bosses are just... All of the bosses are fun to fight. I didn't have one annoying boss. I don't have to lie. The unnamed king.
Yeah, that
became a vendetta.
That was
more of a vendetta for me.
Undead King is just literally like, look, if you have to have learned everything this game has had to teach you. If not, this guy is literally going to be on your ass 24/7 until you do learn everything.
That became a vendetta.
He is the pinnacle. He does not, he is an optional, no ends bar. Like I said, he is the final boss. It's like if you beat him, you have.
Well, no, that's the Lord of Cinder. He's the final boss.
Yes, I know, but no. What I mean is like.
Oh, would you say he's like the hardest boss?
Yeah. Clearly, easily,
of the base game.
Easily.
Because Gale is the hardest boss. Like my God,
Gale.
that boss.
Gale's such a fun fight. It's a good fight. He's a fun.
Like I said, all the bosses I had fun with.
But anyway, but we've really digressed from.
That's fine. I needed to make this episode a little bit longer.
How long have we been going?
I would say just over an hour.
There we go. That seems like a good point.
It seems like a good point. Not a lot of news. Not a lot of like. Well, I mean, there was a lot of news.
No, like I said with Pokemon, there's a lot of information, just not a lot of detail. Which just to end on a Pokemon point, is the problem with the whole build up to the release of Sword and Shield. They gave us announcements.
I would agree with you on this, but there's a slight problem.
Yeah.
Sword and Shield is the most successful Pokemon game.
Yes, I know. I personally have no real gripes. I was kind of, when they announced, we can't put all the original Pokemon in, I was kind of like, oh, really? And then they announced the Pokemon that we're getting in, I was like, oh, really? But I wasn't pissed. I wasn't like, grabbing my pitchfork and torch to go to the headquarters of Game Freak and just burn the place down. But it was sort of like the companies need to like Nintendo said with Metroid when they put it back.
Oh,
and they've literally had to start from scratch.
Yeah.
If game companies are open and honest with us, we're not that bad. We will not bite your heads off. We are not the Hydra.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, it's the
Call
trolls.
of Duty fans.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, that was just a slight dig.
Yeah,
that was a joke. It's a joke.
But yeah, we're not this vibe. We're not a fucking rattlesnake. We won't just instantly snap your head off.
Most of the time, we're probably just not really arsed.
Yeah,
to be honest with you, sometimes when a game comes out, when somebody comes out and goes, "Oh, this game's going to get delayed," I'm generally relieved because I'm just like, "Oh, thank God, I've got more time to finish this goddamn game."
Yeah, I've got more time to finish this one. Heaven help us when freaking Cyberpunk comes out.
When March comes out, when March and April come along, we're all dead. We are all. It's the end times.
I may actually fake my own death to be able to play those games.
It is the end times. April and March are the end times because. I mean, if you're good at the role playing games and JRPGs and that, like so Final Fantasy VII, you just have enough time to complete Final Fantasy VII, not 100%.
Oh no,
complete. This is only if like all you do is play video games. Like if you have a life or a job outside of
you're screwed.
Outside of like Twitch and YouTube, you're fucked.
But even Twitch and YouTubers like. They've got like other things they want to do.
Oh yeah, I know,
like,
but you're gonna have.
It's like unless they dedicate their entire channel to one of these games, it's not getting done.
Which to be fair, Cyberpunk is you're going to see a lot of dedicated Cyberpunk channels.
Yeah, pretty much. When it releases, I don't know whether or not.
But you just have enough time to finish Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 1.
All 30 hours of it.
Just the main story. I'm going off just the main story.
Yeah,
and then you might just have enough time to then start Cyberpunk 2077. Maybe.
Possibly.
And then pray to God you don't have a PS4 because you've got Ghost of Tsushima coming along. Doom as well, which actually comes out in March, I think, which comes out at the
April. Same
Same month.
Same day as Animal Crossing. Doom Eternal and Animal Crossing.
I still think that is
never will there ever be two more extremes released on the same day.
I think that is just the greatest.
I can go.
It's like Nintendo one.
Either Nintendo or id went.
No, Nintendo did this.
Oh, this is getting released on this day. Do you know what would be really funny?
Nintendo did this. Nintendo went, you know that really hyper-violent and badass sort of guns, gore, and everything else game that's coming out, Doom? Yeah. How do you feel about releasing Animal Crossing? You know, that really cute game?
Yeah, it's just full of hugs, snuggles, and lovable hearts, even. Just lovable, huggable, snugglables.
Yeah. It's just fantastic.
Yeah.
Nintendo definitely did that.
Yes.
I'm positive of it.
The thing is, you wouldn't put that past Nintendo. I wouldn't put it past id. Going, do you know what? This really, really.
I would agree with you there, but it's not id's decision on what day it comes out.
No, it's Bethesda's. Yes. Although, to be perfectly honest, considering how much of a fucking shitstorm of a year Bethesda have had, I wouldn't be surprised if they forgot.
Part of me, a little tiny part of me, kind of wants Animal Crossing to beat Doom in the sales. Just a little bit, because that's just
not gonna happen.
That's just funny.
Yes,
that is hilarious. It won't happen. But it's just funny.
Won't happen. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I wouldn't be surprised if Doom's number 1 and Animal Crossing's number 2. Wouldn't put me back. And again, if it was the other way around, I wouldn't be surprised.
Honest with you, there's a lot of Animal Crossing fans.
Oh, tell me about it.
There is a lot.
There's a lot of them. But anyway,
and I'm scared of all of them. Every last one of you.
But anyway, I think that's a good point.
That's a good point to end my fear of Animal Crossing fans.
Yeah.
This has been a decent chat, a decent one.
Massive tangent at the end.
Massive tangent.
But we basically wanted to add extra stuff to the time.
Yeah, we just wanted to talk about stuff.
Yeah.
I talked about the news that I wanted to talk about,
and then we
kind of
digressed into the main thing of how the fuck are we going to play all these games?
Yeah, which is probably going to be next week's theme as well.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, so thank you for watching this video. If you have watched this video and got it all the way to the end, thank you very much. Again, put in the comments what games you're looking forward to. If there's anything that I missed, also your ideas on the news. So like the whole Pokemon Direct thing.
Yeah.
What are your views on that and all that sort of stuff?
Is there a certain Pokemon that you want put in?
Yeah.
Sword and Shield. If so, why? Yeah.
Oh, I think Bulbasaur is going to be one of the Pokemon that's put in. Because I think during the video, I think I saw a Gigamax Venusaur.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool.
And Squirtle. I think I saw a Blastoise.
Right, first things first. The Blastoise boys would fucking storm their place if Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, and Venusaur got in. And Bulbasaur and Squirtle, Wartortle, and Blastoise didn't get in. And then you've got Charizard's fucking
Charmander, Charmeleon, and Charizard are already in.
Yeah, they're already in because Charizard is a friggin' dragon.
Yeah,
he's the favourite.
Because he is.
He's the favourite.
I mean, to be fair, he is a dragon.
Yes.
And we've gone on a tangent again.
Yes. But anyway, that'll be it.
That is the end of the video. Thank you for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed it. And we'll see you in the next videos, which will probably be Death Stranding. I know I said the last time, and then Death Stranding never came. But
things happen. Life, unfortunately, gets in the way.
Yes. We'll see you in the next videos.
Toodles, everyone.
Bye now.